different. And I'm starting it here because I already watched some of it. I'm just gonna like address some of the points I've already heard and stuff. Let me put my headphones on. Um, Basically they got past the DNA and Hollow battle, so they're going to every other battle right now. With the DNA hate, you see the title. Because it's like what the points they were just making is like some of them saying they just can't really like feel DNA and like they still don't like at this point. DNA is not crazy to them. DNA is average. Not saying he's not a legend. Everybody says he's a legend, but it's just like I thought DNA was really good, honestly. I think, but I agree with Surf was saying it's the style and what the fans want to hear, and versus what URL fans and they. And at the end of the day, is these battle rappers are still fans. You know, like this Auntie, like they still fans, and that's what they don't want to hear. I don't think that DNA's not fire. He just fire for like maybe other people. You feel what I'm saying? I'm fairly new to this. Like, not really. I've been battle rap for. I'm new because I've been here for like what, 6 years, maybe like just watching this thing. It's been like so. My opinions and stuff is just like right now they're talking about T Top. Like they saying a decline. I'm gonna speak on that right now. I don't think T Top's having no any decline. I like T Top for years. Like I haven't had only performance I didn't like T Top was probably Swamp, and I think he choked and stuff. Or if he didn't, no, he didn't choke, but he was just not his best self. I think he was good against Easy. I think he was really good against B Dot. I think he beat Kofi, stuff like that. And but Surf made the best analogy of like where Top is. It's like it's a style right now. Styles like Easy and other people who are trending right now. They're more. That's like you're gonna hear the same T Top. Like you gonna hear and some people can't stand it. Some people like me, I'm a battle rap fan. I like anything I like. I'm not gonna switch because of what the style is in right now. Of course, I'm excited to see the certain style like Easy and stuff, and they're gonna talk about all that stuff. But like Surf made great points right now. But let's get into this video.
Or the new nigga that's doing 95 is more important than the nigga that consistently does what he does. That's why like a DNA will be talked about like this, or a Top will be talked about like
so
this.
So somebody's hitting like a 95.
Reality, like if a nigga's choking, we ready to kill him. A nigga pull up and always got 3 and always getting the job done, it's still a problem.
Exactly.
Yo, what's wrong
and
with
that's the problem with sometimes
he been doing what he been doing for the last since he made it to the pros.
He's doing the same shit. He's been.
I hear what you're saying.
I gotta watch
I hear what you're saying, sir.
Oh,
but I gotta see it. I gotta see it a little differently. What I'm saying is this: as far as DNA, I've been watching DNA from the beginning of his career. I've never been able to steal his material. He's never been entertaining to me. But I've always respected his craft. I've always respected how hard he works. There's no way in the
That's crazy though.
Nah, I'm with you.
But when you see
that's crazy to
others
me.
that like a Rum, I get pissed off when people like Rum is average. No, Rum is always great. Y'all just use for greatness with him.
You know what I'm saying? The style of rap. I don't see like the style of what Rum does. Gun bars, name flips like crazy. Rum is different. I've been saying this for a while. Only bad Rum was against Hollow. Every time Rum comes crazy and people are just like they know he's crazy and if they don't know, they bugging. But at the point is a style and what the fans are like. Because at some point Rum was trending like the fans loving him, love hearing his stuff. He got the crowd going crazy anytime he walk in the building. Like
Rum is somebody that every time he steps on the floor, I feel it, I see it. This nigga is fire. But with DNA,
you know why I don't like that point? Or because it's like a situation where they're saying like believability again. It's just that I feel like that always gonna be the angle or the thing about why people don't like DNA stuff. And I'm not trying to like rile anything, but it's just like I could feel it. Like that's just because of what Rum that he puts out there. What he Crip and stuff, all that stuff. They believe that stuff. With
but
DNA, you just look at him a kid,
and the thing is,
even though he's 30, bro.
For 4 minutes. 4 minutes, I'm like, oh, he's fight. After the 4th minute, I'm like, shut up, nigga.
That's the funny part, though.
Hey, God.
That's the funny part, though, because if you compare some of DNA's rounds to some of his older material when we was coming up, some of his better rounds are coming in these years. So, like, that's the funny part.
Facts, he's definitely at his best right now.
And see, this is the thing. For me, you can oversell it.
And then it's like,
for me, you can oversell it.
Like his performance against Mickey Fax was crazy. DNA's one of my favorite battle rappers.
Overselling, you say that, Auntie.
Get it. he's overselling himself. It's like tonight. That second round was so motherfucking long. I took a smoke break. I was like, dude, you already did it. It don't. And
But
it's not like.
now, what if somebody
I don't
looking
get
at it?
the, hold on. Get what I'm saying? I don't get the. Okay, stop. He's dead. Which is what I screamed for Easy in the second round. Stop. He's dead. I don't get that feeling. I get the okay, guy. We get it. You won the round.
I think the gun.
See,
I
that's
think
disrespectful.
unimportant round. I think. What's the word I'm looking for? Like DNA. Like certain people get certain type of critiques that other people weren't like. Like if DNA go and say something like, "Hey, I bet you I can rap without no guns," and actually do it, we'd be like, ah. But if Nitty, but then you won't take your favor and say, "Hey, I bet you Nitty can't rap without no punches." Or I bet you,
Here's the
I
thing,
bet you,
I'm not
I bet you
a fan of
Geechee
gun
can't rap
bars.
without
I'm
AMG.
not-
I mean, I bet you Geechee can't
I
rap.
put that pressure on everybody. I can't speak for nobody, but I put the same pressure on everybody.
I don't believe that.
I really do.
Respectfully, like I'm just saying, I don't believe that.
DNA for me, he has never been entertaining. But
I don't-
cannot
that is
deny
crazy
who
to
he
me.
is and what he has done.
DNA is
Sounds like DNA's
DNA
not your
is like
preference
don't-
or style to me.
and
Yeah,
all
that's
the
all it is.
fans
It's a
like
preference thing. That's all.
all the fans like Giannis right now, and DNA is like Tim Duncan.
You get what I'm
That's all it
saying?
is.
Exactly. Like for example,
Exact-
that's a
Eggs, bro. And I'm, I do my basketball stuff. I recap that stuff. That's exactly the best point I've ever. Giannis is so trendy that people even try to compare him right now to Tim Duncan. It's disrespectful though. I say in time he may be better than Tim Duncan, but not right now. But it's just because of his style of play, or how he plays at the four, the way Tim Duncan played. Tim Duncan played the four so consistent. Now, I'm not saying Giannis, but he says it's so consistent his way, his own way, the right way to play basketball. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what DNA did. He do the right way to play. He do battle right. He do the right way to win. DNA's a winner in this shit.
perfect example.
Duncan fan now.
When the last time his
fans
DNA
is
lost,
fan
bro?
right now, so it's like, you know what I mean? If you if you
Vixen?
Miles Turner and you doing like, you know what I mean? Or you one of these niggas that's doing it, but you not who the fans like.
Exactly.
I
I
don't
mean,
even think it's
like
that.
Easy ain't the only nigga that won tonight. But go like I pay attention to like, you know, the analyst stuff really
Yeah, I be buying,
make me,
like,
you know, I do a little
shit,
different
bro. It's
homework
just, like,
now
really good
just to
for
pay
me,
attention. Go pay attention to everybody else's mentions compared to Easy's. I'm talking about the time in between them, count them and all that shit. Like Easy has more mentions, and Easy wasn't the only winner tonight, but he got more mentions than everybody else. Why? Because he's in
That's
right now.
because the majority will go with what's in. I've never been one to go with what's in. I stand on my 10. It don't matter. The 10 toes to stand the same
I respect
way
that.
all day. And like I said, I have to respect you.
But I wonder if Hollow went crazy
I
today.
respect you.
What would
Always
he be
shows up,
saying?
he never choked.
Saying.
His material though.
Hollow was good though. He's the best he's been since
Hey,
like.
baby, shut up. I've had enough.
Yeah, I think that's just your preference of style. You don't like this style, probably what it is. But DNA, somebody, the fans never liked him. DNA's been one of the most hated for like over a decade.
For
They
years,
always
right.
hated him.
Easily.
So this is not nothing new that they don't like him now. My thing is, I noticed DNA somebody who the fans don't like him, but the battlers always give him his respect. So
Yeah, that's always been like. See, me, I've always appreciated it. You know, I'm not in the streets. I don't none of that stuff. So it's just like but I understand like bar stuff. But I'm just saying like on the fact that I fuck with DNA shit because I don't like some people like been in the streets and stuff, and they'll feel Easy, Geechee, like chesting them bars much more than they'll feel DNA's. I'll feel all of their bars probably just the same,
that shit more.
People
It
don't
is
like
URL, bro.
the
If you don't got
movie
a fucking
references
chopper,
that
if
they
you
don't
got a
understand
gun
until
so
they see
big
it
that
later.
You could drag it down a block. Your rap's
Not
not
even
dope.
that. I'm talking about years ago, like to this day. If your peers give you the respect and they say you one of them, like I don't. The fans hate
Nah,
you
it's-
for me.
I've
That's how
been
I
like
see it.
these are fans. I'm here. Like I'm watching it from a different angle. Trust me. From the day we started, DNA never rapped like us. Like he never it ain't punch to punch to punch. It's not rock. It's not surf. It's not Hitman. It's not you know what I mean. But it's DNA though.
See, I don't agree with that. I just agree around your aura. Their aura was so. Their aura, if y'all watch, their aura is so much bigger than so much bigger than DNA's. Like as like a street member, I told you, and that's the thing about rap and stuff. That shit is like more effective than what DNA does. DNA, he did his gun bars, but you don't believe DNA ever been in the streets with Surf, Tay Rock. You just believe that aura that he been out streets and stuff like that. So I don't agree that he's never could rap. Like he's always been a great rapper. I feel
DNA's
like
style was always underappreciated like this.
oh, yeah.
Always. But he never was the nigga that just got punched around no beat. Never. You know what I mean? So you know, like I'm not mad. Like I'm not mad. I don't feel the type of way. Like people's all, like I said, people have always, you know, DNA. We don't believe you. DNA. We don't. Like, you know what I mean?
That's exactly what I just said.
We're not gonna act like that. We all adults. You feel me? DNA might have a little believability problem or something. It's just no win with the battle. I was like, all right, cool. They don't believe me, so let me start rapping about real shit, like me being an adult and having kids and my
Now
daughter.
it's
And this and
boring.
the third. They don't want to believe that shit either. There's no win for losing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you know, like I said, you got to be a plug or a shooter in URL.
Hey,
But that's something everybody has to realize. No matter how good you are, everybody's not going to like you.
For sure.
There are some people who don't like the sous-serve. There's some
For sure.
people who don't like the easy to block. Somebody's not going to like you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You just keep doing your shit. You'll get people like me who I may not prefer your style, but I cannot deny who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't I can't name like I'm just line for line. I'm just not. I can't name 5 people ASAP that just beats that nigga. Sorry, cause I tell you, cause I'm calculating everything. You put DNA against one of your favorites, and then they say something like, "Oh, this is a top tier battle, 3 rounds, unlimited rounds," and then DNA raps 8 more minutes than your favorite. Like he raps circles around your favorite. I'm sorry, I'm just not giving it to a nigga because a nigga got mad at imaginary guns and name flips. DNA like 25 minutes is impressive in itself. I don't give a fuck what the content is. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. Not stopping, not give a fuck what the content is.
Even for me, I don't know.
I go downstairs for 20 minutes and come back upstairs and he's still rapping. That other nigga lost. I don't give a fuck what they said.
You serious?
Yo, yes.
What if the material is all like light?
We're not talking because Eunice. I'm not talking because like it's different. Like okay, Susur versus Eunice, 3 rookies versus vets, 3 minutes, 3 rounds. Cool, boom, boom, boom. We're talking about one.
That sounds fire.
Two vets. Shut up.
No, it don't.
Two
no,
vets
it don't.
having it don't. 2 vets having a top tier unlimited battle. The time limit matters. Yes, it's vets that take that into account.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this is
Hollow Blue Mountain
untimed battle, like a untimed, you can't pull up with 3 minutes. You actually might get time deducted. The reason we said is unlimited for a reason. So the win that you got, like you know, we just like this culture has tricked it. Like we in such a bar heavy world right now. If it's not a punch, it don't, bro. It's more stuff to talk about than just a punch.
Exactly.
But what if it's not an unlimited?
Because I feel like if Surf would take angles that DNA take, he will have this. Well, and I'm just being aura because of his aura. He's amazing. Surf is up there with like one of my favorites. But it's because of his aura that it'll make it even crazier.
What if it's 4 minutes? If it's set at 4 minutes, but you rap for 6 and your opponent don't stop you?
Oh yeah, then it's like you killing us. But some niggas like, I'm not even certain in Mook, Lux, DNA. I'm expecting 7-8 minutes. As a fan, if you're not expecting 7-8 minutes from Mook, Lux, and DNA, you don't know battle rap.
Exactly.
You show me a 3-minute Murder Mook round, or 3-minute Lux round, or 3-minute DNA rap. That's not how they rap.
That's
true.
But sir, let me say this. I'm old enough to be from the corner.
When I told you, the street, I'm not trying to disrespect, I'm just saying that's why I said she feels like rum nitty shit. That's how it goes sometimes with battle rap. You know, we newer fans, caffeine and shit. I've been before caffeine, but I'm just saying.
DNA cannot do that for me.
Nah, when I'm saying stuff, I'm not saying that you, Auntie. I've been got to the point. I said you said you don't rock with him. I'm cool with that. There's mad battle rap niggas that I don't rock with. Whether you had his attention, whether he had your attention or not, DNA could stand on that corner with whatever niggas you talking about, and he would be rapping with them, and the niggas that you like would like him. That means more.
That's
the niggas that
that was hard.
You have a point. I cannot argue that.
The niggas that you would be listening to, and you think those niggas is dope, would think that DNA's dope.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think that because this is a subjective sport, that might mean a little bit more.
It does.
His peers,
because like DNA won and it's like
I just think
it's more hollow.
Limit, it hurts. I think that you can wrap yourself out of a round. Like you can have won the round at 4 minutes, but then after you get to that 5 minutes, 5.5, you done wrapped yourself out of that round. I do think that that's possible. Long round, like even Mook round versus Verb, that 22-minute. Like stop it, don't do that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm with you 1,000%. I think a long round could make a nigga lose a round, but I've never seen a nigga. And as much as you like the way you saying it sounds good, but you can't
Hank,
name
it's
3
definitely out.
niggas that won the round and then they kept rapping so much. You said, "Yeah, you know what? He lost." I can't like once
Word.
the niggas won a round and like we
I
want him
agree.
to
That's what I'm
stop it
saying.
now. You won already, quit. But you can't name a nigga that won a round and then he went 4 more minutes and you said, "Never mind, I take this round back."
That's what I'm saying.
I'm mad, you know what? Because I really can, but I can't. I remember hearing myself. I remember saying, "See, if he'd have stopped right there, he'd have won." But I can't remember who I was saying it about, so that's pissing me off because I gotta give you that
Only
point.
time it happened like that is maybe if it's like on some debatable shit, like on some, all right, 2 niggas going at it, 1 nigga start wilding, then he go downhill. That's because that means that the round is still in argument, it's still in debate. But if a nigga clearly has a round 1 and then dumps 4 minutes on that round that you don't like, he's not gonna lose that round because of that. He might get flack for it being long, but ain't nobody about to take that.
Yeah, that's all. That's all
It's
it
about
be.
material. I already said the material that beat you.
Exactly.
They might be like, yo, you know what? He should
Okay.
that for his next round, cut short, but not lose.
Yeah, you
Nah, I
can't
don't
just
see us
you
taking
can't just
back
take
the
a
round
round
because
because of
somebody
that.
was
Yeah.
rapping.
I mean, not unless they
Yeah.
not
He
proclaim.
never had it. If anybody get the round take back from them, he never had it.
Like think of Rock, Tay Rock versus Twerk. Tay Rock, to me, won the round because he went longer. You know what I'm saying? So I think he stopped. So it's like stopping short. Like it could go both ways. Like to me, if he stopped shorter than he did, he loses that round to me against Twerk. Twerk gets a 30. But he went so much longer and picked up so much more steam. He was wild. I'm saying he kicked up even more steam and he took that round.
Had the round.
Do you
Never
feel
had
like
the
DNA rap too long?
Yep.
Yeah. I do feel like DNA rap too long sometimes, but I also think that's his style. You know what I mean? It's like,
No, I'm talking
but
about tonight.
how do I, if I'm a DNA, right? How do I negate, if I know Sue Surf or Twerk or Tay Rock about to pull in here with at least
330.
9-10 haymakers around, some crazy in between punches, how do I fight that or combat that if I'm not that style of rapper? That's what, like, again,
I get what he's
there are
saying
different
now.
styles and different style clashes of rap. So again, if I'm battling somebody with
That
a
makes
certain type of
massive.
style, I can't
Because
copy their style to win.
what
I
he's
have to do
basically
what I have to do in my style to negate what they're doing.
what he's basically saying is DNA doesn't have them haymakers. Like he got haymakers in his career, of course, no, but what they always have like haymakers that are like where you just gonna remember them shits for like the next few months, bro. You like this and that, like lock the door. I've been amazed. Like that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's the type like, people just gonna keep remembering. You know. He said his head play will be a like you gonna remember them shits. With DNA, you know he got great material, but he doesn't have the haymaker ability to remember
Like I can't
over
name
months.
flip with Fonz. I'm gonna go in AMG mode, or I'm going. You know what I mean? Like certain shit. Like I can't do certain. Like I'm not gonna get lyrical with Light, so I'm gonna do. So DNA is not about to punch with Twerk. What does he do? But drop 230 more words on him. That is a talent to me. And why? Because Twerk can't do that the other way. That's what I don't like. I said, as far as fans, because we take away from what, like a nigga can't do what Nitty could do, but then it's like, bro, hold on, because Nitty can't do what B Dot could do or such and such. You know what I mean? Just like, your favorite couldn't drop a 25-minute round if they wanted to. That should count for something.
I don't know,
yeah, man.
That makes mad sense, but I just don't know. You don't see people do it. So
the material got to be fair, though. I don't like when we give people credit. Like, I don't like when they give people credit for just for the sake of freestyling, even if the freestyle didn't hit. Yes, being able to rap for 10 plus minutes without stumbling or nothing else. Okay, yes, that's cool. But if the material ain't bombing, if the material is not
if it's
hit,
straight ass,
I can't give you credit for that. I'm not gonna give you credit for attempting a freestyle if that freestyle didn't land. That's because you tried something.
I feel like it's different. I feel like I feel like that's, everybody's with their different opinions, because it's like, whether y'all know it or not, some of your favorites can't freestyle like at all. Like literally so I'm not talking about getting the words out and the words not, because again, the words are just preference. So whatever the words are right now, they just preference. If somebody can rebuttal 3-4 times before they get into their round, if like we might not like it, but some other people like it. There's niggas that can't do that at all.
Man, that's a gift.
So for me, I give points. I give points. It might not be. Let's say, okay, cool. The lines were a 7, but the fact that you did them on the spot, connected them to certain punches and things, I give credit for that. Maybe it's because I'm an artist.
Uber is the future. We cannot be afraid to disrupt.
It is.
But I give credit for that. Be like, just imagine a nigga not, you ever see somebody walking around while somebody battling and it look like they going over their words? Like he's practicing his rounds to come back right now. And then you got niggas that's just standing there listening to this other man's punches, pulling out his best punches, pulling out his best words and word associations and making lines for it there on the spot. I give points for that. Like, imagine, like, it's some of these niggas that go home and write for 3 months and don't come up with good lines. Why the fuck am I expecting a nigga to have the best freestyle lines on the spot in the world?
That's
some niggas
I just say then don't do it.
I disagree. That's almost like saying don't throw the
Alright, so Surf is just saying use every trick in your in like basically your arsenal if you don't have like, because you can't negate what Nitty does. You can't, because you basically can't do it. It's like you may be able to rap like that, but they won't fuck with it as much as they will fuck with Nitty and shit. Of course, they can hit that like rap just like, but it won't hit the same because the aura. I told you, it's the aura of battle.
The jab don't knock a nigga out. It's really your power punches that knock a nigga out. Why not throw the? You supposed to throw the jab because that's what line a nigga up for everything else. So if I'm battling against somebody,
so like look at like, I'm trying to think of a recent DNA battle that like it was just like, even though he did this and his aura is crazy on this, I beat him because I rap longer. I made sure my rounds was catered to. Like, he beat Geechee to me. DNA beat Geechee to me, but Geechee was who he is, and Geechee did what he do. Little boy, it was like, but DNA just did so much. Like he pushed on his point of like not gumballs and all that shit at that point, and it was just hitting. He hit that point so much, he just beat Geechee to me. So it's just like that situation like that.
Okay, that cancel each other out, and then we both got performance. Okay, that cancel each other out. So what is one person going to do that the other person not going to do? Okay, let me drop a rebuttal or two on you. Regardless of whether one person like it.
Well, if you add
That's
another
a fact.
facet to the battle, and the other person doesn't do anything, that's an automatic full category of the battle where you score points and they got a 0.
Exactly.
Right.
But if we keep it with boxing, like Sir said, you throw the jab, but you miss. Yeah, you don't get that point on the scorecard.
It don't, but it's about the whole fight. It's not about a fight ain't about one punch. I could be jabbing just to keep you away from me if we talking about boxing.
That's true. Though.
Like, you have to still, like, when I'm judging.
It's like an attempt. You gotta hit that swing.
I'm looking at your performance. I'm looking at your cadence, your delivery. Like, everything matters. So if you add in some free, let's say I'm a judge and
you can really debate the DNA and hollow battle. Not debate it. That's clear. But I'm saying like, and the fact that
the nigga throws some.
If DNA doesn't maybe come with freestyles and rebuttals, then people would just be basically calling DNA ass too, and this was purely an ass battle. Maybe he won, maybe he didn't, but he did that freestyle, and he had a good freestyle. Good rebuttals
in there off of something that's just going on. What you said in the room. I'm not judging. I know those freestyles because it just happened right here. I don't expect those to be the craziest. If they are, he get hella more points. If they not, you get points for the freestyle ability. That is a ability. That's what, not y'all specifically, we just having a convo and just talking. But it's like, that's one of the things that upset me about fans. Because it's like, a motherfucker, like a player do something that a person could not do at all. And it'll be like, but the freestyle wasn't, freestyling is not normal. In front of 3,000 people on a stage, like, consuming information while building bars in front of in front of you. These freestyles that y'all talking about are made up right there on the spot. He can't pull out a pen and a piece of paper. To me, like, when I'm watching as an artist, that's like me seeing a nigga windmill and then I hear a fan behind me like he really was supposed to just put that between his legs. Like, why didn't he just put that? I'm looking back like, if you don't shut up, talking about a fan, like, you here to watch it. Like we talking about a nigga freestyling. Like, this is a DNA versus Hollow. DNA is rebuttaling what the Hollow the Don is saying. And somebody, I hear somebody behind me like, man, that nigga freestyle, that nigga ass.
But
nobody hate to spit a freestyle right now about what's going on. Right now, what we talking about. Bet you DNA could.
All right.
So you thought Hollow's bars after the Psych Out Loud was worth it?
No.
Eunice
Oh,
definitely
okay.
could.
That's exactly what I was talking about, though. He should have scratched it. He didn't need it. He didn't get no
But
points for
that's
that
not
shit he said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's stupid.
maybe,
That's a stupid play though.
but you don't agree with
Yeah,
it.
that
Maybe
was
not
just a
the
bad
stuff you're
play.
necessarily.
That was just that's like kind of different. You basically would end your rounds off. I think he ended every round off kind of light, and you tried to like do a little something to like for not nostalgia or nostalgia moment and didn't work. You tried to psych out a lot like that shit like people don't fully fuck with that nowadays, you know. So it was just like you tried to hit that and didn't say a freestyle like I know he got 4 to 5 like stuff like that and like. That's different. When DNA starts off the round with it, and then he made more sense. Like it just
really
like,
talking about, but
it just
it's a
wasn't
lot of
as
times
fire.
right. There's a lot of rebuttals that it's not just that they're not the craziest shit ever, but they're literally shit we could think of ourselves. Like I swear to God, when somebody has a bar and they're like, "You just had a Biggie Faith bar." Well, I got something that'll hit him up. I swear to God, I can think of that on the spot. Like
Fact.
that's
For
not
sure.
impressive whatsoever.
But that's again, this is still like when you say something like that, like there's for sure there's always gonna be stuff that could
That's
not be
rebuttals.
said, could be said.
We're
That's
talking
what
about
is what comes with
freestyles.
your material. So now
I
we're
always
still
level
talking
them
about
on
the
2 different
specifics of the
levels.
bar. That's why I said the ability to is what I'm giving a point for. Now when the bar is good or not good, that's when I judge how many points. You know what I'm saying? It's just me though. That's all. Like I'm not saying that you have to if a nigga says 5 ass lines, just like he just thought like, no, you're not going to no, like, all right, cool, freestyle, that's a point. And now these dope compared to what the next nigga said. All right, that's 5 points plus what he said. That's just me.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I respect
I'm
it.
not.
For me, I wouldn't give points for that because it's I don't know. If anybody can do it, it's like you might as well just leave that out of the round.
But my thing, so why aren't there more? We can name
See,
it's 3, 4 freestylers in your professional top tiers. Why isn't it?
Son, we're grabbing burgers for dinner if you're interested. I'm
23,000. It's 23 battle rap. 23.
I don't feel like that though. I feel like a lot of people freestyle. Just a lot of people aren't known for it. A lot of people might not do it on like a Chef Trez, DNA, Hollow level, but I mean a lot of people freestyle.
Just
Yeah.
hearing y'all say anybody could do it, just like to say any of this, like that's
Nah,
like
anybody can.
No, there's some like the bars that I'm referencing. Sometimes people will just say anything.
see you going
Like,
into specific bars now though, Greedy. We just but I'm just talking about the talent, the ability of freestyling. Like let's not say
Right, but
that.
you freestyled
I'm saying like
in your battle
anybody.
versus Hollow, but that's not something you do regularly. But clearly, you have the capability to do so.
You know, Surf used to rebuttal a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm not
That
saying
does I
like
rebuttal
anybody in the.
actually more.
Now,
I
Surf
rebuttal
can
more.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
but
saying that like anybody in the world can do it, Surf. I'm saying like if you're on a URL stage and you're having like basic I feel like anybody else on that to just say that, but people would just rather like it's not a fire bar.
I don't
Right,
agree
I'm
with
with you.
him
I think
somewhat.
DNA showed that it was levels to freestyling, and I just all his freestyles were crazy. Like they
He
were
really
doing
did.
so that informed. And we
Nah,
know who the
like
better
DNA
freestyler
does
between
it.
him and Hollow is now.
DNA kind of does it like effortlessly now when it comes to.
Now you in the club and your life on the line. That was incredible. Like, and that had happened like maybe 15 seconds ago, and he had a different rebuttal before.
That's what I'm saying. That makes it
I think
even
he
crazy.
rebutted like every round.
Like I
was
said,
like,
come on, like I
damn.
seen Sharon's performance before this. I ain't get to watch his shit. Sharon's performance before this motherfucker rebutted in the middle of his material off of something that like
That's
yeah, nah,
incredible.
I'm talking about
That's
I'm not just
incredible.
talking about
He said, "Made him give
the
me
bars
some
that y'all do.
space."
I'm talking
Like,
about the niggas that I consider freestylers.
was that the end of the round?
You know what I
Right.
mean?
No,
Like,
I-
that's,
Nah, for
that's
sure.
not
That,
no.
on stage.
Charlie Clips is not anybody can't do that. DNA, anybody can do
Right.
that. Sharon, anybody can do. Those the niggas I'm talking about. Even the shit I do
No,
is
them
just
all
like
facts.
the shit I do.
No,
Like I might
Sharon
hear
was going
one,
crazy
I
versus
might hear
T-Top
one
today
bar,
too.
and I'm locking in on that bar the whole time. Like, all right, cool. I'm about to flip that. That's me flipping a bar. Like to me, that's a quick rebuttal. That's not freestyling. Like what these other niggas be doing. Like a lot of us could do that. Could hear a bar and then flip it. It's a rebuttal, quick little rebuttal. But some niggas.
Can I ask y'all a question?
A rebuttal isn't a freestyle though.
No,
No,
it
No.
is, but it
definitely.
is, but it's like
It's not the
like
same. That's why I was exactly what I was saying, because like I'm just talking of like, because what is the term of rebuttal? Rebuttal is just something like, you basically just going off a situation and just flipping it in your own raps, and like that's a rebuttal. That's a certain way of a freestyle. That's like they correlate. But freestyling, right? Like just nothing to go off. Or if he didn't say nothing, you just basically like just big like that's what Harlow did. He was just freestyling at the end of this round. Sack out like he was freestyle. He was just making shit up. DA rebutted. He said, "I'm in the club." He just like that was a rebuttal, because he's just like, you basically just went off the Queen's thing with the like. That's different. Rebuttal.
it's hard to explain. Like as far like if you say something
It's like a square and a rectangle.
like if you say thank you, if you say something dope, and I hear it and they react to it, that gives me the notion to, all right, cool, I'm gonna say something back to that. Yes, it's a freestyle because it's a free like, but it's a rebuttal to what you said.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But when I start going 3-4, like I got 3-4 punches of what you said, and I'm still going for 2-3 minutes, I'm freestyling. This is literally
Okay.
This is all
Okay.
like you gotta think about it. By the time I get to, let's say a nigga go first, and I'm gonna rebuttal something he said in his first 24 lines. By the time I get to me about to rebuttal that, I thought of that, and now it's a premeditated. It's not a freestyle if you want to be technical. Cause I just thought about that while you were rapping, and then I said it. Clips is going off the top as he's going against B Dot. His second is not made at all until old girl says something, and then he say, "Why you talking?" And then she say something else, and then he do. That's literally coming off.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's
I
just
got
not
you now. So
normal.
it's
That's
everything
literally- yes,
after the
no.
rebuttal. If you go on, that makes it a freestyle.
Yeah, a rebuttal. I mean, I respect rebuttals though all the way like the same.
I do
to
too.
the 1,000. But I'm just saying like freestyling is like
Freestyle is a
he's
whole
walking
nother
it down,
level.
like you know what I mean, like walking this
That's what-
conversation down.
That's what I was saying about Chef Tresh. Chef Tresh is one of the best rebuttals.
No, that's what's up. I actually thought they was the same, so I was genuinely asking about the difference because I always treated them as the same.
Law, that's just my opinion. They might be the same thing to somebody, but I kind of feel like a rebuttal is premeditated at least a little bit.
Somewhat, yeah. That's what I'm saying. People was like, because some rebuttals that DNA I think did early in this round, he was like the he said. They said that maybe he had that like LeBron. He said LeBron hit like LeBron with his younger self, like that. I don't remember the bar right now, but people said it's premeditated because Hollow basically it was like mouse in a trap. You bait like he kept talking, and you're just gonna do what you do. You could consider it a freestyle if you want. You think if he did that at his top of his head, he did. It's mad impressive. That's my one of my favorite battle rappers. So if you think that was mad, that was fire. If you think it was a freestyle, it's your preference. I think it was a premeditated freestyle. I think he had that line, but it wasn't in his like fully written. Like he wouldn't said nothing. He would never even use that if it really came down to it.
I don't know. It's a rebuttal, because like sometimes
you can have a pre-written rebuttal too. That's what
now
the
you can.
pre-rebuttal.
Like,
No, that's a fact.
That's what that. Yo, bro, I can tell y'all, like, I just said that.
Rebuttals as freestyles because, like, you know, you're like, like, the setup isn't just anything, you know, you're correlating, like, you know, you said yada, 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 and then, you know, you make a flip on it. So I still count that as freestyle.
Yeah, well, but, like, what he's saying in the sense, like, if DNA has this bar and then Surf thinks about it and comes up with a flip and then his round starts 4 or 5 minutes later, it's not really a freestyle because he's been thought of it.
But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, right? Exactly. Let's say so cool. We talking about these long DNA rounds.
So they're saying
so
like
within
the
DMA's
life on
first
the line was
minute
more
30,
of a freestyle.
he say something dope, and then he raps for another
And
5 minutes.
rebuttal.
I've already thought about what I'm saying, like what I'm about to say to him. Like that's not so much as freestyle to me as after I say that when I keep going. And nigga, you also say like then it's going to get to a point where I'm thinking of this as I'm saying. Like I know that when a nigga's just freestyling compared to that line that he thought about while the other nigga was rapping. Like that first one is a rebuttal. The rest of that shit is like, all right, he's freestyling right now. A clips round for B-Dot tells you that. That's it. Clips don't know what the fuck he gonna say in that second round until it start happening. That's a freestyle. It's literally rapping as he go.
Exactly. Yeah. He said your
I honestly
pops is
believe
still
that a
unusual.
freestyle
Like
and a rebuttal.
that you don't know B about to touch his fucking hands.
But
Come on.
they can happen
And they
simultaneously
go hand
Yes,
in
because
they
hand.
can.
yeah.
Yes, they can, and they
Because a
definitely do, but
freestyle
it's totally different things.
because a freestyle doesn't even have to be a rebuttal. That's why they're the same but they different. Because if a nigga start like, let's say you say whatever you say, I start
That's
talking
what I
about
just
what's in
said.
the room, little shorty in the front row, like I don't, a rebuttal is basically
Something
in
you said.
reference to something that you said.
Exactly.
If somebody starts rapping off the top of the dome, but they don't say about anything that you said, they're not rebuttaling, but they still freestyling.
Yeah. Like the
That's a
Okay.
fact.
Clips third
Okay,
versus
make a
Geechee, he's
point,
literally
sir.
going around the room just pointing shit out and rapping about it. That's not rebuttaling anything Geechee was saying.
Or when he did
Fact.
Okay, I
when he
get it
did it
now.
and
I get it now.
he did it Kings versus Queens when he walking around the room talking about the walls and the stairs and that's just freestyling.
You know, people don't like
Wait,
when
wait,
That
wait.
helps.
That's
Yep,
not.
that
That's,
make that makes the difference a little bit clearer right there.
you still
people
think
don't
that's a
like when
freestyle?
clips
He
do
could
it
have like
because they feel
walked
like
at the
he's
venue
But
and
one of
everything
y'all,
like that, and then
Swade, then Eunice.
my bad.
Oh my bad. I was just
Oh,
saying
so
people don't like when clips do it because they can tell he's doing it because he's like, which I understand. He's like, man, I'm going to try to get my way out of this somehow if I can't remember my material. But they like don't like that. It's like, oh, it's not like okay, like DNA's freestyle and be like formulated one quad. He like when he battled versus like he looked at Old Boy's chain and he looked at it and then he made a freestyle in the middle of his round or like he in the beginning of his round. Like that's well crafted. Nothing was like.
So it's like is she just like is she saying like she's trying to discredit? No, I'm not saying discredit, but she's saying it's like a difference with Clips. Like Clips does it. Clips does it off like because he can't remember the material right now, so he's just gonna freestyle till it comes back, which is actually kind of talented, bro. If you could freestyle something to you remember your bars, it's kind of crazy to me. I can't do that. Not a bad rap, but I
I think that's a point to what we were saying as far as the throw it out freestyle compared to the right there going with what was going.
Exactly.
Eunice, what you were saying?
That's why Clips one of the best in the world.
Is that what Clips did considered like a freestyle still, simply based off the fact that like he could have walked in the venue saying all of that and then just kept that in the tuck just in case something happened?
Nah.
I mean, for sure. Like like that's almost like subconscious. Like you see the walls and the steps and and most rappers like that shit. Like Clips, I know Clips personally, so I mean, but like Clips is not in there like writing notes. I promise he not. Like he's really not. You know what I mean? Type shit. But it's people that do that for sure.
No question.
What do you feel is the relation to that and like things like I know there's rappers like Hollow and Pat Stay and even now Real Sick says he does it where they don't really write in rounds, they write in like sections, so depending on how the battle's going or how they're feeling, they could just like say this here, say that there, all that.
It's a lot of you writing in chunks, like you writing in successions or stanzas, I guess. Like
and
it's
both
almost
like Hollow and Pat Stay are really good freestylers and rebuttalers too.
Yeah, like the better freestylers, like they could bounce in between them. Like it's almost like writing in paragraphs. I'm gonna write a whole bunch of paragraphs, and now if I know 22 paragraphs is 3 rounds, I can mix and match these paragraphs to hell for you. You know what I mean? But that's a tough. Like I said, maybe I don't got that ability. So
You don't?
Nah, I'm not writing the paragraphs.
Like Hollow, like Arsenal do that too. He could jump in and out. He get freestyle jumping in and out of his rounds.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm more of a teller, but that's all technical. It's per person. I'm more of a technical person.
You saying he can't freestyle like or something like that in middle of
like
shit.
I'm technical, so like I'm writing this specifically this way for you. So I'm not gonna wait till I get in front of 3,000 people to want to play. Like you know what I mean, like to want to play Dr. Stitch. Like I know I stitched this the way I did at home.
Oh, I'm
you
gonna
want
put
to
a third
take this
here,
like
my
this,
second
pause.
there.
Like this is the way you're gonna get these rounds.
It's one of the reasons I like you. It's because you tailor your material. Me myself,
Auntie breaking up on my end.
Yeah, I'm not a 4-bar. Like I'm not no 4-bar nigga like at all. Like I'm not into that. Like
I'm
4
not
bars.
a 4-bar. I don't particularly like the 4 bars.
Let there be light.
It'd be like what? For real? Okay, whatever.
Hey, Devon.
Hello.
Oh, he's here? What the?
I told you, let there be light.
I wasn't looking at my phone. That's why.
Hey, Daylight.
Hello.
I love these
How you
two.
doing? Pretty good. How about yourself?
These days
A little
crazy.
happy, a little sad. Why you mad? What's going on, bro? Another pen ran from me, but that's another story though. That's not for the public. Somebody got somebody
It all
probably
makes
put
sense.
one in their mouth and always off in the comments.
Let me pause this shit. Alright, I'm done with this shit. Alright. We're not getting to daylight and fucking surf. Maybe another day. But they did not talk about Arab and Easy to me. I ain't gonna talk about this video's fucking dumb long. But they made great points and stuff for like a lot of stuff. Let me give my like just my overall like who won what. I don't think I'm gonna give like back the rounds though. So T-Top and Sharon was first. I had Sharon. Of course I want T-Top, don't I like T-Top, but Sharon was fire. T-Top cooked in that first. You can probably debate if you want to. I don't think it's debatable. I think T-Top, like, I don't say he declined, he just didn't, like, he didn't give that same level. Like, that first was just like off the like, he was going crazy, and then the second and third was just like Sharon started going off, you know, and then he fucking Sharon took the third with that fucking yo, Sharon's rebuttal ability is crazy as hell. Like, he top of rebuttal on the lead, this shit too. So, but yeah, I don't got no rounds for that. I told you I'm not gonna even go through that. Averb and Easy. I had Easy, but Averb was fantastic to me. Like, this was the best Averb I've seen in a while. He was better. He was better. Head Ice, he wasn't as good. Rock, he wasn't as good. I'm trying to remember all. He wasn't like against Miss Hustle. Yeah, he wasn't as good. He was good though. I liked him, Miss Hustle, actually. When I rewatched it and stuff, I realized he was kind of wild and low key, but Miss Hustle won that, no question about it. But yeah, I had Easy. He's. I thought Easy's gonna lose. Actually, I'm gonna do rounds. I thought Averb won the first round. I'm not even gonna lie. Averb was like Easy did good, but Averb hit the whole round. Like, he was wilding. I'm like, shh. Oh yeah, this the Averb. We got the Averb. Like, people want. Like, that's what we want. The second and third, Easy just started cooking. Yo, he started to cook. That the second round was a little glitchy for me, so I really have to rewatch it again. I'm talking about for Easy side. I heard Averb second, but the third was just like, he said volcano. He said made a new variant. I really lost my. Yo, bro. Remember, he said, my guardian angel don't. Yeah, we out of here, though. This video's dumb long. If y'all enjoy it, when we do more, just put in my comment section, alright? And put who y'all think won all the battles. I'm out.